Could we focus the camera here? Seriously, what is this shit? Come on, focus. There you go, that's better. Now then. Welcome to another episode of Cinematic Excrement. I apologize for that allegedly dramatic out-of-focus entrance there, but when you're looking at the kind of film we're going to look at today, this sort of thing is inevitable. Today's feature is a science fiction horror film known as The Fourth Kind, quite possibly one of the worst films to grace the big screen in the year 2009. Please be advised, some of the footage you are about to see is very disturbing. Not only does it contain a horrible story and an incompetent director, but the main character is played by Milla Jovovich, and you have to listen to her god-awful, annoying voice throughout the entire film. And if that doesn't disturb you, I'm not wearing pants. So, let's get started. So we start off with an introduction from actress Milla Jovovich, who tells us she will be playing the role of psychologist Dr. Abigail Tyler. Supposedly, she and the rest of the cast will be reenacting actual events that occurred in the town of Nome, Alaska in October of 2000. The events in question were related to director Olatunde Osunsanmi when he interviewed Dr. Tyler in 2002. She also notes that many people in the film will be using aliases to protect their identities.
In the end, what you believe is yours to decide.
Remember that line. It will be important later. Milla also mentions that the reenactment will be supported by archival footage supplied to the director by Dr. Tyler. And sure enough, we see plenty of archival footage throughout the film. Maybe this sounded like a good idea on paper, but it ends up being a huge distraction. It's like watching TV while some annoying jackass with a remote control keeps rapidly switching between two different channels. It's as if they couldn't decide if they wanted to do a traditional horror film or a Blair Witch type film, so they just did both at the same time. Now, I have no problem with a Blair Witch type movie. I enjoyed the Blair Witch Project. But pick one or the other!
This mix and match shit's gotta go.
And if that wasn't bad enough, they even resort to a split screen technique, at times showing as many as 4 different shots at once. And the line that splits the videos often sways back and forth. What the hell was the point of that? Are they trying to make this look like a fucking cartoon? Throughout the film, we also see clips of the interview between Osunsanmi and Dr. Tyler, acting as a sort of narration. Dr. Tyler starts off by saying she was having trouble coping with the recent murder of her husband, Will, as were her children. Her daughter, Ashley, was so traumatized by the event that she mysteriously went blind. Her son, Ronnie, also isn't taking it well.
And who are you playing again?
I already told you, Browerville.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie, I must have forgot.
Dad never forgot.
Well, you're gonna grow up to be a little asshole, aren't you?
Dad's not here anymore.
No. He's not. Can you accept it yet?
What do you mean?
How Dad died.
Alright,
Remember this, it will also be important later. Ultimately, Abigail sought some help to deal with her loss.
I went to my friend who's also a psychologist, Dr.
Ooh, a therapist in therapy. This should end well. Dr. Name Omitted is played by Elias Koteas, using the alias Abel Campos. Abigail tells Abel that she may be able to get some sort of closure if she could just see the killer's face and possibly help the police track him down, so he agrees to hypnotize her in an attempt to jog her memory. He starts up the camera and puts her under, and she recalls the events of that fateful night. Starting with... But the fun and games soon turn to horror as Will is stabbed in the chest. But sadly, Abby can't see the killer's face. Abel brings her back to reality and tells her she should take a vacation, but she insists on finishing her work because Will would have wanted it that way. The work in question regards 3 patients who are all experiencing the same symptoms. In fact, their experiences are strikingly similar to what Will experienced before his death. Basically, they all wake up in the middle of the night at the same time, 3:33 a.m. The number of the beast divided by 2. It doesn't have the same ring to it. Upon waking up, they see an owl, first outside their window, and then in their bedroom hovering over them. All 3 of them have been seeing this on and off since childhood.
What was it doing?
just staring at me.
I could feel it undressing me with its eyes. I was kinda turned on by it. Is that bad? The next day, Dr. Tyler tries hypnotizing Tommy to try to figure out what happened. He remembers seeing the owl and then something or someone opening his bedroom door. Then he freaks the fuck out and Abigail wakes him up. He decides he's had enough for one day and leaves. But when he gets home, he finally loses it and threatens to kill his family. Over the phone, he tells Sheriff August, again an alias, played by Will Patton, that he needs to talk to Dr. Tyler immediately. Oh, come on! She woke up before the phone rang! How do you screw up something like that? I'm guessing the sound of the phone was inserted in post, which means a simple audio edit would have fixed that. Watch, I'll do it right now. Ta-da! Fixed. And it took me all of 5 minutes. Anyway, Abigail arrives on the scene, and Tommy tells her that he has been overwhelmed by these strange visions, and he keeps hearing someone speak in a language he's never heard before.
What the hell does that mean?
Ironically, it means, don't grab a gun and hold your family hostage. If he only knew. While Abigail tries to talk him out of it, August tells his men to shoot him if they can, but with his wife in the way, they can't get a clear shot. Finally, Tommy hits the breaking point, and we see censored archive footage of the end of the standoff. Okay. Riddle me this. Why didn't the cops take him out before he shot the kids? I know they were waiting for a clear shot, but look! He shoots his wife, she goes down. Here's your fucking clear shot! No one even tried to move in until after he shot his kids and himself.
I'm not sure that I agree with you 100% on your police work there, Lil.
So the sheriff has a talk with Abby and tells her the hypnosis treatments need to stop.
What you talking about? I don't deal in hallucinations. I don't deal in visions in the ether. What the hell are you talking about? I'm dealing in real flesh and blood things, 4 of whom are lying on slabs next door.
Dare you? My husband was lying on one of those slabs, and you still haven't found his killer.
You know damn well what happened to Will. That case is closed.
Again, remember that. It will be important later.